Live from the KWQC Broadcast Center in downtown Davenport with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel. This is Quad Cities Live.
Today on QCL, a local tax company is celebrating 40 years in the Quad Cities, and this year could mean a bigger refund for you. We'll get details on the tax law changes you need to know about.
It's Girl Scout cookie season, and there's a new option on the menu. Details on the new flavor and how your cookie order supports an important mission.
And our wins of the week, including a special surprise for a little dancer ahead of a big competition this weekend. We'll get to that much later in the show. Hello and welcome to Quad Cities Live on this Friday, January 23rd. Thanks for joining us. I'm Morgan Otier.
I'm Kyle Keel. January is National Radon Month.
Radon is a naturally occurring gas. You can't see it, you can't smell it or taste it, but it could be impacting your home and your health. Experts also say it is the second leading cause of lung cancer in the U.S.
Yeah, very important topic today, and joining us with advice on how to test for it and fix it is Tony Bradley from Radon Solutions. Tony, thanks for being here today.
Welcome. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, so first and foremost, a lot of people may not be very familiar with radon. So tell us about radon and why it's probably a very important gas that we need to be keeping track of.
So it's a colorless, odorless, tasteless gas, and the only way that you know you're going to have it is to test it. There's a lot of theories out there. You might have an older home, say, I have radon. You don't know until you test. And you might see us out there putting a system in on your neighbor's house. Doesn't mean you have it. The best way to know is if you test, and that's the only way. You can get them from your local hardware stores and pick up a test kit. We can come out and test it, but the best thing to do is just to test it. Start out with a test kit from your local hardware store and go, start going that route.
Yeah, and I'm not a new homeowner anymore, but when I first bought my house, Morgan, my house is really, really old. That was one thing that was recommended right away was get a radon test in, and I was telling you, I check that thing every day. just because you just never know.
Yeah.
Correct. And a lot of lenders are now requiring it for long-term health of the person borrowing the money and stuff like that. So it's becoming more. Studies are showing with the long-term second leading cause of lung cancer, non-smokers. So there are some, it's very good to just test it for your health.
Definitely.
Yeah. So you said just because your neighbor has radon in their home doesn't mean that you have radon in your home. How does radon enter a home?
It comes up through sump pits, through cracks, crevices, different places, crawl spaces, tons of different routes. So the best thing to do is just to test it.
Okay, and you provided us actually with this cool graphic here so people can kind of see what you're talking about. Where is radon most prevalent? Because you also provided us with a map that we can look at. I mean, is it a problem in the Midwest?
In the Midwest, it's pretty much the Midwest is very prevalent.
Okay.
Down in the southern states, it's not as prevalent, but it is kind of all over the country.
Yeah.
Just in Iowa, Bill Fields was one of the professors at the University of Iowa, so there's been a lot of testing in the Midwest, but even all over the country, they do have the radon. So, like I said, down in Florida is pretty big, and out east also.
Sure.
So.
Wow. Okay.
So if you have one of those radon detectors at your home where you're tracking it, you may have noticed it spike here the last couple of days. So you're saying that when that temperature kind of fluctuates and gets really cold, that's when you can see a spike in it.
Yes, and a lot of the systems are running right now, running really hard because of cold weather. If you have a radon system, you look up at the stack where it comes out, it's probably frozen. Fans probably run a little bit louder.
Sure.
But next week it'll warm up and it'll go back to normal.
All right, so can you walk us through how you test for radon? I mean, you mentioned that we can test it, not necessarily test it, but detect if we have it in our house. But how do you physically test it?
So we have a machine that we come out, we set it in the house, and with January being National Radon Month, the reason they do that is pretty much your windows are closed all the time. You want to make sure your windows are closed 24 hours before we get there. Run the test. It's pretty self-explanatory. You pick one up at your local hardware store, you mail it off, and within a week you'll get the test results back.
Okay, that sounds easy enough.
Yeah.
So then how do you get rid of it? We were just looking at some video with some infrastructure that you guys put into people's homes. How does that work? How long does it take?
We control the radon with an inline fan. It's one of those things where you drill a hole, control the flow of the radon underneath the slab, and then you just exhaust it out. You can't get rid of 100% of it, but you'll be able to get it down to the safe living environment.
Okay.
And how much does this cost, roughly? You don't have to really give us specifics, rather, but is this going to break the bank for people?
depending if you have a crawl space, it's a little bit more, but generally from $1,000 to $1,500 in that range.
Okay, so just kind of dependent on the infrastructure of your home
Yeah.
and how it's all laid out.
And like the builders now, most new houses, what they'll do is they'll build the passive system into it.
Okay.
Just because you have a passive system in your house doesn't mean that you have an active radon system. And with that, all we got to do is come out, hook the fan into it, and get it up and running.
Okay.
Good to know.
So something really cool that we wanted to talk about before we wrap up is you are starting something new within your business, a new home filter. So can you tell us about that? Why you wanted to start doing that?
Well, we kind of got into it where we have filters are locally made in Moline, Illinois,
Oh, okay.
Smith Filters, and we got into it because I was really bad at changing my own, and now
Guilty.
Yeah.
and now we have where you can get online at tellsfilters.com, and we can set up where we can deliver them twice a year, 3 times a year, whatever you want, and go through. And like I said, they're all locally made and go through there. And what we're going to do, if you get on tellsfilters.com and contact us and do filter giveaway, Monday after the home show, we are going to give away 3 of the filters where we'll deliver 2 of them a year. So if you just get on that, we'll be sending them out for free.
Making it easy for us
Yeah.
so that we can't forget, because you're going to show up on our doorstep with a filter.
It is very easy to do as
Yeah.
well. So
Okay.
yeah, that's an awesome opportunity. So yeah, after the home show, we'll look for that giveaway.
Yep.
All right, we'll look forward to that here this spring. So we have some information to pull up on the screen. If you are looking to test for or mitigate radon in your home or business, you can contact Radon Solutions anytime by visiting them on the web, or you can call the number that we have on your screen. And we, of course, will be sure to get this on our website, kwqc.com. Just click on the Quad Cities Live tab. Tony, thank you so much for being here today. We
Yeah.
appreciate it. Good information.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much. Still to come on QCL, it's about time to file your taxes, and AmeriFile Tax Centers is here to tell us about some important changes to tax law that could impact this year's refund.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
This year marks a major milestone for a local business that's been helping area families navigate tax season for decades. AmeriFile Tax is celebrating 40 years right here in our community, and their story goes all the way back to the early days of electronic filing. Joining us today is Jim Fromey, president of AmeriFile Tax, whose family has literally been part of the evolution of how we file our taxes. A very cool story there that we'll get to in just a minute. Jim, thanks for being here today.
Nice to see you. You ready to talk about taxes
I'm
today?
ready. I think I am ready to talk about taxes. I mean, I'm already learning a few things just putting this segment together today. He's got some stuff to share with everybody, and I think it'll be really beneficial. First of all, you are celebrating 40 years in business, so congratulations. That's incredibly exciting for your entire team. I want you to kind of take us back a little bit. How did you personally get involved in the tax world?
Yeah, we're happy to celebrate this year, our 40th year of tax in the Quad Cities. And this year we get to celebrate it with the new tax law changes that everybody's excited about. But back in the early 80s, my dad actually created one of the country's first tax software programs to allow tax preparers to get rid of the old pencil and paper.
Amazing.
And computerize that. And so I went around years and sold that across the country. And then when electronic filing started, then AmeriFile actually sent some of the first tax returns ever sent to the IRS as part of their pilot programs. And so we really helped pioneer that era of switching over from paper and pencil to being able to computerize.
Well, you've been around for a while. On the screen right now, we just lost it, but it was a little bit of, it was an image from what looked like a very old commercial that you guys ran. And I thought it was really cool that you included that, because it really does show you have been in this community for a long time.
Yeah, we just pulled it with the 40 years. There's Captain AmeriFile, and that was back in the early 80s. And Captain AmeriFile would take your paper or your pen and paper return and electronically speed it off to the IRS electronically.
Wow.
And get your refund back fast. And back then, everybody was waiting months to get their refund. And so we were able to get people's refunds back in about a week to 10 days.
They're pretty happy about that.
Neat,
Well, as you alluded to, we know we're dealing with some new tax law changes this year. So what does that mean for refunds?
Well, many people in the Quad Cities are simply going to get bigger refunds. And the important reason they're going to get that is this year when they passed the new tax law, they normally, since they know your tax is going to decrease, they normally take out less withholding out of your taxes. This year they didn't do that.
Okay.
So this year is going to mean less taxable income, less tax. If the withholding stayed the same from the previous year, it's going to mean bigger refunds.
Okay.
We've been getting hundreds of calls to our office already about the biggies. There's no tax on tips and no tax on overtime that we can get into.
Okay. Yeah, and we've got that on the screen as well. But that's news to a lot of people, right? If they're not following closely at some of these changes. So it's nice to have you here and talking about that. Along with that, senior deductions, there's some changes there.
Right. No tax on tips, for example, though, first. Anybody that works in an occupation that customarily receives tips, that person can deduct up to $25,000 of tips income. Very important for Quad City waitresses, waiters, hairstylists, for example. We had a gal in our office already deduct $25,000 off of her taxable income.
Wow.
And we get to be the good guys this year.
No kidding. That must feel good.
The bigger refunds are always put a smile on everybody's faces.
Yeah.
She saved $3,000 doing that with a no tax on tips. No tax on overtime, for example. If you work any overtime at all, it's important for the viewers to know that whether they go to come to AmeriFile or any other preparer, they really need to take in their 2025 last pay stub.
Okay.
So we can calculate the overtime correctly.
Okay.
But you mentioned seniors.
Yes.
Seniors are a huge winner this year.
Oh, good.
This is part of the...
About time, right?
That's about time. This is part of the, when everybody was talking about no tax on Social Security, for example. They couldn't get that done necessarily, but for every senior over 65 years old, they're able to deduct $6,000 off of their tax return.
Wow.
If you're married, they can deduct $12,000 off of their tax return, which is a savings of $1,200 to $1,500 minimum.
Yeah.
And so the seniors around the Quad Cities are going to love to go to a tax preparer this year.
Okay, so I don't want to run out of time with you because you have a lot of amazing knowledge, but I want to highlight some cool things as well about your business before we wrap up. You guys are giving back this year to local animal shelters.
Right.
Why is this something that you wanted to do?
AmeriFile, when we started 40 years ago, we set that up to, it was a local giving program where we gave money back for each one to the local United Way. We were able to give them over $375,000.
Amazing.
What we've done this year is to get back to the roots. We are donating $5 of every new tax return to the King's Harvest and QC Paws to help our local animal shelters.
Great.
And we've made a few trips out to QC Paws and King's Harvest, and those people really work hard, and their shelters really need the money. So we're hoping to raise thousands of dollars in this program,
Good.
Through donating for every return.
Wonderful. So. And as we wrap up right now, I also want to highlight, if you are a customer, there's a really cool, in honor of their 40th anniversary, you're going to get a whole gift pack for you, the customer. It's going to get you free meals all over town, among other things. And as we close out, AmeriFile has a drive-through. Okay, so I want people to know this is an option that started during COVID that they have not gotten rid of yet. So they have two convenient locations, one in Davenport, one in Moline. We have the phone numbers there on your screen if you need them. And to learn more, visit AmeriFile.com. Jim, so much to talk about. We will have to have you back very soon. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. Up next on QCL, don't miss your chance for Thin Mints and Tagalongs. Girl Scout cookies are for sale now. After the break, we'll learn more about the important mission behind cookie season.
Quad Cities Live continues.
Area Girl Scouts are hard at work collecting orders for Thin Mints, Tagalongs, and much, much more.
Yeah, that's right. It's Girl Scout cookie season, and it is officially underway. Joining us now from the Girl Scouts of Eastern Iowa and Western Illinois is Shelly Griffin. Shelly, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Morgan,
Thank
so
you
much
for
for
being
having
here.
me.
Yeah, thanks for being here. This is a very exciting season for many. We all can't wait to get our hands on a box of these cookies. Yeah. So tell us more about Girl Scout cookie season, because we can't always get these year round.
Right. Girl Scout cookie season comes around once a year for each council. It usually runs about 12 weeks.
Okay.
Our Girl Scout Council spans around 38 counties throughout Iowa and Illinois.
Oh, wow. I had no idea it was that large.
And we have about 10,000 Girl Scouts.
Wow.
So yes, you will see these little girls out very soon. I'll talk about the dates coming up here soon about when they'll have in-hand cookies. But yeah, they're going to be everywhere.
And when you say in-hand cookies, so that's when we will start seeing those cookie booths popping up, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yep. So
that's exciting because if you don't know a Girl Scout, it's, if you don't have one in your family or in your neighborhood, it's your opportunity to stock up.
Yes.
Yes. So right now is the initial pre-order phase.
Okay.
So if you want to get your hands on cookies and get them shipped quicker than anybody else, you can go to cookiefinder.com and get them delivered to your doorstep. Otherwise, girls will be receiving cookies in hand and starting booths starting on January 6th.
Oh,
so it's just around the corner, and starting that Friday all the way through March 22nd, you will see all kinds of troops, both young Girl Scouts and older Girl Scouts, out there promoting their cookies, their business, and trying to earn all kinds of rewards. And
So February 6th, which is a Friday, through that date in March. Wonderful.
Yes, we got plenty of time to do it, and let's talk about all the wonderful cookies that we can get, because we got an all-star lineup of the cookies. We got the classics, even something new. So let's go through the lineup.
Perfect. So your lineup this year for 2026 is going to be your classics. You're going to have your tag-alongs.
My favorite.
Which are right here.
Oh, I love
your
them.
Thin Mints. Your
favorite.
Samoas.
First favorite.
Right over there, we're going to have your...
We've got Adventurefuls.
There we go, our Adventurefuls, our Trefoils, our Do-Si-Dos. Below there is our lemon.
These are my mom's favorite.
The lemon's good.
The lemon ups are
Let's
really
be real.
good.
They're
all good. Yeah.
And the one I do not have to show you is our gluten-free Toffee-tastic. So we
that's
do have
important to
a
note, though.
gluten-free option.
Yeah.
And then what everybody's been
Da-da-da-da.
waiting for.
Oh, we've got a
is
new
the
cookie.
new Explore More cookie. It is a Rocky Road ice cream inspired chocolate sandwich cookie. So we are very excited. Always generates excitement when there's something new within that program.
And we have
So
some here.
Kyle and Morgan are going to try this cookie for the first time today, so that they can
they smell
let
good.
you guys all know their opinion on it.
Yeah.
Well, and I was sad. You go ahead, so we're not talking with our mouths full. I mean, I really liked the s'mores cookie, and so I was super bummed out when they were like, "We're gonna do away with that for a little bit. We're gonna get a new cookie." This one looks like a really good one.
Yeah, I was gonna say they kind of replaced it with another sandwich cookie
Yes,
in our
which we
council.
love.
So yes.
Oh, it's delicious.
Is it
You
good?
like it?
It's very good, very chocolatey. So if you like chocolate,
I
this is
do.
your cookie. And Shelly, we were discussing before the show. You were saying this would be good with a glass of milk.
Yes.
100%.
Or
It's very good. And yeah, if you want that
ice cream.
s'mores-like cookie, I think this is the one. I agree. The s'mores were really good.
Well, okay.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? All right, you're off the screen now. So yeah, there are those Explore Mores right there. So that's the newest one that you can get. So why do the Girl Scouts sell these cookies? I mean, this is very important for the overall mission, correct?
So Girl Scouts in general is an organization that is really dedicated to building the confidence and courage of girls. And the cookie program allows them to build entrepreneurial skills that they'll learn and take later on into life with them, such as business ethics, decision making, goal setting, money management, and people skills.
Yeah.
You get to watch these very quiet, shy little girls that don't want to approach customers and ask them for cookies in the beginning, to a couple years later, they are just gung-ho about it, and so much enthusiasm. And while they're doing that, they are raising funds for their troop so that their troop can do programming such as camp and activities, go on adventures that they might not otherwise be able to do. And then those proceeds also stay local within our community here, so it doesn't go anywhere else, and it helps pay for programming that Girl Scouts do within our community, such as our community outreach, where we bring Girl Scouts to the schools if they can't join a troop. We have 3 beautiful camp properties, so Girl Scouts can go to residential camp.
My daughter cannot wait for summer camp. She's still too young for the sleepaway at Camp Liberty, but she does Camp Conestoga, and it's like the best thing ever. She loves it. She's a Girl Scout.
Look forward to it,
Yeah.
So girls get to do those different activities. They also get to travel. They get to set goals. It's very girl led, so every troop is different. It just depends on what those girls' interests are that really shapes the foundation of what that Girl Scout troop is.
Wonderful.
Very
my
nice.
goodness. Well, all Girl Scout cookie flavors cost $6 a package, with proceeds staying local. If you don't know a Girl Scout, head to the website on your screen and type in your zip code. That way you can still support a local troop. Once again, Shelly, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure.
Yes, thanks so much for having me.
Yes.
Try those Explore Mores.
Yes.
Up next, we'll share our wins of the weekend, including a trip to talk to some second graders.
Ask your doctor about Tremfya today.
All right, it is Friday, which means it is time for our wins of the week. Sometimes it's hard to find a win of the week, but you know what, I like that we do this because it makes you feel grateful and makes you look back and go, you know what, that was a really good day.
Yeah, even the small things, right?
Yeah, exactly. So what's yours?
Yeah, for me, I got to get out of the office earlier this week to talk to some second graders at Hamilton Elementary in Moline about the weather. They were learning about the water cycle and the seasons, and they have a message for you all.
Cute.
Yes, they were all very excited to say hello, Quad Cities. Shout out to Mrs. Olson for having me there. My sister-in-law, Taylor, she works at the school and got us connected and got a couple of the second grade classes together, so we had a blast.
Good. That's awesome. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to try and do this quickly before we run out of time. So that's my little one, cool Darby, putting on her brand new dance competition jacket. And what happened was I didn't have time, or I didn't get her it on time, and they ran out. Well, this one dance mom came through for us this week and surprised Darby, so she matches all of her little friends, and she has a competition tomorrow, and she's going to be wearing her jacket.
Can't take that smile off her face.
Wish her luck. Yes, thank you for watching.
Jeopardy's up next, followed by your local news at 4.